Everybody, this is Jim at SP500chart.com. It is a little after 4 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. I'm going to try to get your video done and posted before I leave out to go do some work again this evening. Before we get a look at the chart, I need to remind you, as always, that the website and the video are for educational purposes only, and nothing stated at the site or in the video is intended to be used as investment advice. I can draw lines on charts, but you have to draw your own conclusions from your own research and make investment decisions that are suitable for your personal financial situation. I am not a licensed financial professional. I'm just a guy that draws lines on charts. So here you go. We are looking at the S&P on a 5-minute chart. Yesterday, we had identified this top line in a potential rising channel, and that was we did that because originally this day of trading right here looked a little wedge shaped, a little bit like an ascending wedge, but it turns out that the bottom line did not break down, and instead we got a bounce, and that took us up to a level over our long-term 2000 and 2007 tops line, which also happens to be right at about 1600. And we came back a little bit yesterday, rested on this bottom line at the close, and then today, just like clockwork, rallied up to this top line, then started to go sideways, and looky here. Breaking, well, I don't want to say breaking, okay? Let me change that term. Trading to the right of our expected support line. Now, usually when you have a support line that breaks, it doesn't act like what we just saw. Typically, you get a break and then there's a clear, it's almost like water going over a waterfall. You get this cascade and then maybe a back test and then more selling. But we're not seeing that. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I would not really call this bottom line broken as much as I would just take note of it and go, interesting, okay? Because really what we're doing here almost looks more like a bull flag, where it would be some kind of little shape like this, slightly descending. And that got me to thinking. Let's look at the 4 days prior to today, maybe in a little bit different light. And what I want to do in order to do that is I've added this line right here. And I'm wondering if the 4 days, the 21st, 24th, 25th, and 26th, may end up working as an inverted head and shoulders pattern. It's not a perfect one. It's not by any stretch an ideal one, but it's something worth considering. And if that's the case, that could explain this little bit of a laziness here as we may be coming back for a back test of this potential neckline. So if we sell off a little bit more tomorrow, but stay over this bottom support line here and above this line, it could be that we're just getting a little bit of a consolidation pullback move to this area around the 1610, 1611 or so. And if we do that, let's then see if we get a renewed move upwards. I'm not going to call a target from this pattern. You guys know how to do that. I would encourage you to do that on your own. Let's first see if it continues to behave like an inverted Head and Shoulders. Because typically an inverted Head and Shoulders can often have a shallower right shoulder than left shoulder. And certainly we got a nice move today, getting up into the 1620s. And I'm also still thinking that looking at kind of the macro picture here, I'm thinking a move to get up to this neckline, not neckline, to get up to this green line in the form of a back test would still be a very expected thing, regardless of what's taking place or whether or not this is an inverted Head and Shoulders. You still look for a back test. So well, heck, I'll measure it. Let's say here's the measurement of our depth of the head right here. Breakout today, that would have a target of roughly 1645. And we could stay underneath this green line and make that 1645 target sometime in very early July. So this is all a very doable thing. So I guess what I'm saying is right now, let's see if this little pattern on the 5-minute chart plays out as a bull flag. How will we know if it does? Well, it'll be very simple. We'll break out over this top line. And if we break out over this top line, then I would expect this move to continue to test, to make the back test on this green line, and that could very well take place at such a time where we reach 1645 and still, in other words, we don't have to get over this green line to make our target of 1645. All it means is it's going to take 2.5 days to get the job done. So that's kind of my feeling right now. Again, maybe this is another inverted Head and Shoulders. Some pretty bullish looking stocks today. U.S. Steel was up nicely, and that's been a real dog, which, by the way, I'm long. It's just been such a dog for so long. I bought some in the low to mid 17 range. See if that works out. But that's your video for June 27th, 2013. A nice predictive move today to this top line, and this trend line worked out very well. And again, just to recap, now we're sliding to the right of this lower support line, but it doesn't look like it's doing so in a catastrophic manner that would really lead to a big sell-off. It looks to me like this is a little bit lazier move, and let's see if we get a bounce. If we tag this purple line, which is a potential neckline from our small, very small, inverted Head and Shoulders pattern. So get up over this top line right here, then that should signal the continuation that we're looking for to back test the green line, and that also would further add validity to our inverted pattern, and that would bring us again to that target of about 1645. Hey guys, I want to thank you for watching. Take care. Thank you for your support, and look for your weekend video over the weekend. That'll be the one that's released where we look at Friday's trading and we kind of take a look back at the week in general. Thanks again. Take care.